Good evening, ladies. How are we doing?
Hi, good. How are you tonight?
Doing really well. Did you have a reservation with us
Yes, we
tonight?
do.
Great, two. And what was the name under?
Is Clark.
Clark? Okay, great. I have your table set up right back this way.
Thank you.
All right, you ladies are going to be sitting right there tonight.
Here we are in Chow Bistro in Collegeville, PA, and I'm sitting with Guy Clausen, the owner. Welcome, Guy. How are you?
Oh, good. Thank you.
Good. Tell us a little bit about how you got started in this restaurant business, food business.
Wow. Well, I was a teenager, actually throwing rocks at the back of a kitchen, and and there was a big German chef, and he ran out and caught us and grabbed us by the back of the jackets and took us in and made us clean chickens. That was kind of the beginning of it.
Great story.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? So you have had a couple successful restaurants prior to Chow Bistro. I know you own Black Lab in Phoenixville.
Yeah.
And that I've been there. Really good restaurant. And so tell us about why you're here, why Collegeville as opposed to Phoenixville, and tell us a little bit about Chow.
Well, we actually had lived in Collegeville briefly, and I knew the owner of the restaurant that was here called the Pen and Ink for years. Vince Raffia is actually the landlord. And it just so happened that I was playing in a band for a couple of years after I sold Black Lab. One morning I came out and I decided I wanted to open another restaurant. And when I drove by to go to the realtor, the for rent sign was going into the window, and I stopped, and it was Vince. Hadn't seen him for years. So one thing led to another, and there we are. And it had nice
Very
parking.
nice.
Yeah. And I always liked the building.
Yeah, it's a beautiful building.
Yeah.
Very nice building. And I like the way you have it decorated, very tastefully done.
That's mostly Kathy's work.
Yeah.
My wife, Kathy.
So it's Kathy and yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And is this restaurant a little bit farm to table?
Oh, sure. Yeah, we do. As local, anything we can get local, we usually do. I mean, in the case of, if there's a big quality difference, then we usually go with the quality. But
Yeah.
local, a lot of the produce companies are doing a lot of local now.
Nice. Very
Yeah.
nice. So in the summertime, I'm sure you're doing things like fresh tomatoes.
Oh, yeah. A lot of
Yeah.
seasonal
Herbs
stuff.
and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Why don't we bring a few dishes over and just describe a little bit about some of the ingredients
Sure.
and some of the things you might expect to get when you come to Chow Bistro
Sounds
for a yummy dinner.
Yep.
I know it smells so good in here, I'm getting hungry. TJ, can you show us a little bit about?
Absolutely. So tonight, just so you know, folks, we have a few specials that are not listed on the menu this evening. So tonight we're doing a porcini seared filet mignon. It's going to be 8 ounces. It comes with gorgonzola mashed potatoes, asparagus, and a light balsamic drizzle for $34. We're also doing a lobster fettuccine tossed in a truffle butter with a little bit of Parmesan cheese, roasted corn, and oven-dried plum tomatoes for $25.
Sounds good.
And we're also doing our very famous sesame seared tuna. So it's going to be sushi-grade tuna that comes over sushi rice, a bit of seaweed salad, oyster sauce, wasabi aioli, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds
Yep.
yummy.
Yes. So those are our
Yes.
specials for this evening. I did get your bottle of wine open for you guys, so please help yourself. And I'll give you a few minutes.
Okay, sounds good. So, Guy, you had some influences, obviously,
Oh, yeah.
that, and I know you've lived in a couple various places in the United States. You were born in Minnesota, is it?
Born in Minnesota. Big eaters in Minnesota.
Lived on a farm.
No, well, I had family that had farms. Yeah. I didn't
Okay.
actually live on one.
Okay.
But yeah, from there we went to Florida, and my father worked for the government, so we moved quite a bit. We lived in California. So, I mean, I had exposure to food that was just, unbelievable that a lot of people just don't get to see. I mean, like Half Moon Bay, California, I lived there. I lived basically on the beach. We used to walk down to the pier, and they used to do abalone sandwiches on the pier.
Doesn't get any fresher than that.
Yeah. So, and I mean, and the Latin cuisine, the Mexican cuisine in Southern California is, by far the best in my opinion. It's kind of like it has a little bit of a California influence.
Yeah, you had some nice influences. How about chefs? Chefs influenced?
Yes and no. I mean, I really don't like to copy, but definitely, French Laundry had some influences. I mean, there were chefs that I worked with when I was younger that I definitely had influence. Tom Gandolfo. But I don't really get into too much specifics. We've always kind of stuck with twists on classics, and then just kind of fresh ideas based on nutrition and availability and stuff like that.
So you'd say you have something for everybody here.
Oh yeah.
So whether you're a meat lover or somebody like myself who usually sticks to salads and fishes, you can get something that eclectically is going to
Sure.
tintillate your palate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't really advertise it, but we actually do different kinds of health-centered items. Like we have gluten-free dish on our menu that's a chicken caprese, which it doesn't sacrifice any flavor. We make zucchini noodles that are sautéed in olive oil and garlic, Parmesan crusted chicken with fresh mozzarella, oven roasted tomatoes, fresh basil and like a drizzle of balsamics. I mean, tastes great. It's like extremely low carb and gluten free. So there's a lot of things that are kind of snuck in there because, just because as I've gotten older, I've experienced different things that I need to do for health. So I'm kind of like looking out for people in that aspect.
That's smart. I think that's what we have to do today. When you come out, you want to get the flavors, but yet you also want to know, this is something I might not necessarily do in my own kitchen.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot better. It's also going to be healthy.
Yeah.
So why don't we bring a couple of the dishes over and just describe a little bit about,
Sure.
the ingredients and that kind of thing.
Okay.
TJ, can you bring over a couple of those? I know that it looks really nice on that back table back there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you would. And then, so when you were down in Florida, what was your influence
so first
there?
we have our filet mignon burger. That's going to come with fresh cut French fries that are seasoned with salt and pepper, and a little bit of lettuce, tomato, and onion.
Looks delicious.
We have a Vermont sharp cheddar on there. And I mean, we have a lot of different options available for toppings on burgers, but the main feature is that it's actually ground filet. So you're getting a leanness and you're getting incredible flavor.
Yeah,
So
it smells so good.
thank you.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And the fresh cut fries, a lot of people appreciate that.
Yeah, you can tell they're fresh cut.
Yeah.
Would you do any seasoning on the fries, or?
It's just salt and pepper, but the main thing is they're blanched in canola oil. There's no trans fats used. So I mean, there's still some calories involved, but if you eat a few fries, you're not going to do yourself too much harm.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Looks good. What's the second dish, TJ?
So I'm going to bring you guys two of our starters. This is going to be our Spanish octopus. It's tossed in a paprika oil. It has a bit of garbanzo beans and andouille sausage, so it has a nice spicy flavor to it. This is one of our summer salads here. It's going to be an arugula tossed salad with goat cheese, roasted beets, a little bit of walnuts, and a sherry vinaigrette.
Beautiful.
All right.
Absolutely beautiful. It's
And
nice
there's
to see the
also-
vibrant colors.
Yeah. There's also a little bit of smoked paprika oil in the elements of the dish with the octopus.
Very nice. Do you mind if I taste?
Sure.
That octopus just looks very nice.
Yeah, it's pretty popular.
Delicious. Very
Yeah.
nice. Good flavor.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what else do you have to bring to us? As we're filling up the table here.
Yep.
All right, one of our most famous dishes here is our crab cakes. We use mostly full crab meat, and it's going to be served with French fries over a bit of remoulade and a bit of paprika oil as well. This is definitely a fan favorite here as well. It's our chicken caprese. So it's going to be coated in Parmesan, and then over a bed of zoodles, which are just like zucchini noodles. Also with that, you'll get some cherry tomatoes, mozzarella cheese, and basil, and then a light balsamic reduction after as well.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Very
tomatoes
nice.
are slow roasted, and also this is jumbo lump crab meat in the crab cakes.
They look delicious. Now,
Yeah.
do you have a secret recipe for the crab cakes?
Yeah,
I know
I mean-
everybody's like a little different.
Yeah, yeah. And we've been using the same one for many, many years. I mean, we have won some competitions. I mean, one of them was for Black Lab. We actually won a really large competition there with the same recipe. And then we won one here at the, there's a big food show they do every year up at the Lakeside Inn, Copperfields.
Nice.
Yeah. So they're pretty popular.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yep.
And you said the tomatoes are slow roasted.
Yep.
Very
A little
beautiful.
balsamic vinegar and, you know, a little bit of oregano.
Beautiful display.
Mhm.
So on a Friday or Saturday night, this place is probably buzzing with people,
Yep, yep.
and you can get a little bit of something. And tell us a little bit about your hours here.
Well, we do lunch and dinner. Lunch is 11:30 to 2, and dinner is basically 5 to 9. So if you're seated at 9, you know, you can hang around and enjoy your wine or whatever.
Nice.
And that's, Mondays we're closed. So that's Tuesday through Saturday. Then Sundays, we do Sunday brunch from 10 to 2. And then we also do dinner from 5 to 8:30.
Okay. So you're open a lot, which is nice.
Yeah. And then brunch is it's a menu type brunch. It's
Yeah.
not a buffet.
Good.
So everything's
good.
prepared fresh.
Good.
Yeah, standard type
Yeah.
of fare. Omelets. We have the crab cakes.
I think you've got to give this Chow Bistro a try.
Yeah.
So what would you say, I know restaurants, there's a lot of restaurants. What would you say sets you apart?
Well, I mean, quality is very important. You know, that's what we're shooting for, is quality and the fact that everything's homemade, fresh to order. And it's not just that, but it's also, you know, we're shooting for a specific taste profile. So we're trying to make things that really taste special and or use quality ingredients, fresh ingredients, and you know, basically want people to feel good after they've eaten.
Yeah, and I think they would with everything here. It's just lovely. Everything's really nice.
Oh, thanks so much.
So here we have a delicious dessert in front of us, Guy. Can you describe it? And it looks like a dessert for two.
This is a strawberry tiramisu. Layers of mascarpone that's actually lightly folded with Sabayon custard, and then ladyfingers that are soaked in like a little strawberries that are macerated with a little amaretto.
Oh my goodness.
And then
Sounds
it's got drizzled white chocolate in between the layers.
wow.
And it's one of our new desserts that are pretty popular.
Yeah. So your
And-
dessert menu is gorgeous, and it's got really nice choices on this.
Yeah, it's all in-house. Also, another dessert that's really popular right now that it was kind of my wife's creation as far as theory. It's a white chocolate cheesecake, which isn't too uncommon, but then pretzel crust,
Wow.
which then it starts getting interesting because you have the a little bit of saltiness in there, the sweetness, like the chocolate flavor, and then there's a macadamia nut dust on it and a little bit of salted caramel underneath.
Oh.
Yeah, so quite
Sounds a little bit crazy.
yeah, flavor-wise,
Sounds
it's
so good.
really nice. Yeah,
Really good. So let me just say, do you have parties, private parties here at Chow Bistro?
We do. I mean, we take reservations all the time, but in addition to that, there's a time in the afternoon from 2 to 4 that we're closed, and a lot of people have taken advantage of that to rent it out for different kinds of parties, confirmations, We have some regular customers that do a wine dinner here, like actually 2 of them in December every year.
Oh, nice.
And it's really nice because the people have the place to themselves, and we usually have 1 or 2 servers depending on the party, and they can really enjoy themselves.
Right, and you can come for a nice business lunch here as well.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we get a lot of business from the corporate center.
It's a nice hidden kept secret that we need to get out to the open. Get
We
out
have-
to the
We have
public.
plenty of parking here, so
Yeah,
that's never an issue.
yeah, and you're close to Ursinus College here, right up the road.
Yep.
Why don't we just, I know you have outdoor seating, which is really fabulous for this time of year.
Yeah.
Bring a bottle of wine on a Friday, Saturday night, or a Thursday or Wednesday night and sit outside, enjoy your wine, enjoy dinner, and enjoy the sights and sounds right here in Collegeville.
Yep.
You want to take a look
Absolutely.
at that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Absolutely. Let's head out.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit, this is nice that you can sit out here. You've got a beautiful paved entranceway and some nice seating here on Main Street.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, we actually can seat about 40 out here when we're fully set up. And, you know, on a nice night, like the traffic's a little heavy right now because it's kind of middle of rush hour, but
Right.
definitely during the nights it slows down. It's fairly quiet out here.
Very nice.
And, I mean, people hang out and have a good time out here.
I could see that it would be nice not only in the summertime, but late spring and early
Oh, sure.
fall.
Yeah. Anytime the weather's good,
Yeah,
it's definitely a nice spot out here.
very nice. So, Guy, tell us contact information here, and you're located at 454 East Main Street
Yes.
in Collegeville, Pennsylvania.
ChowBistro.com is our website. We're actually in the process of redoing that. We're going to have a really nice, modern, updated site in about a month. And I mean, we still have a decent one now that has all the pertinent information. And other than that, the phone number is 484-902-8495.
And you have fabulous food here, so come on out and give Chow Bistro a go. You're going to love it. Thanks for your time, Guy.
Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it.
Nice seeing you.